Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derrick Forston, and this beautiful lady next to me, I am lucky to be her husband. That's my wife. Her name is Shay. She's going to dress y'all in 16 seconds. But guess what? If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. If you're looking to replace your 9-to-5 job and do something that's more meaningful in life, you are in the right place. And if you want to do God's will, help people, make a bunch of money doing it, but also be respected by your community, you are in the right place. This is Forston Consultants, where we teach you guys how to take a regular residential property. And what's cool about it, you can rent it, you can lease it, you can arbitrage it. It all means the same thing. And we're going to connect with social workers and case managers, which serves as our funnel system. And that's how we're going to take people from homeless to hopeful. Now, I do that from a program called Second Chance Housing. Beautiful. Tell the people who you are again and tell them what you do. What's the name of your program and why are you here with me?
Absolutely. So good morning, everybody. I am Shay Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida, taking women from homeless to hopeful. And guess what? I utilize the independent living facility housing model to do that, right? No different from how Derrick does things. I am literally a 501c3. I am backed by a board of directors. I can facilitate and collaborate with other organizations and organizational partners like Walmart. Big shout out to you, Walmart. And thank you for sponsoring our 2025 Women's Spa Day. So that is pretty much who I am. And I'm also co-founder here at Forston Consultants, where I also teach you, like the individuals that are interested in starting a 501c3 and utilizing it to do good, especially with the housing aspect or any type of business, right? Or any type of program that you are wanting to add to that 501c3. So that is who I am. That is what I do here. And today we've got a lot of a lot of things that we're going to cover, right?
We are.
So we're going to dive right in. We're not going to skirt around. We're going to get right to business. So let's do it, D.
So let's do it. So before we even do that, I want to welcome all of the new people that joined us from different places. And in fact, if you're podcasting us right now to where you can only hear us, come over to our YouTube channel. The TikTok channel right now is blowing up, and you guys again are welcome to stay there. But I would love for you to come over to our YouTube channel, because today, guys, we're going to be discussing the top 5 mistakes that some of you all are making when you're approaching the landlord. So look at how it reads today, but we're putting a little spin on it. It says top 5 landlord mistakes to avoid. But I'm turning that actually into what are the mistakes that we can avoid when we're actually trying to convince somebody to rent their place. Mm-hmm. And because I never want to take for granted that everybody just know who we are, right? I want to just do briefly an intro of what this is, who we are, and I'm going to jump right into the coaching today. Yeah. Shay and I teach people how to start their own independent living facility, which does not require a license, and you don't have to own the property.
Right.
So if you love God, love people, and love real estate, Shay and I, we thought of this thing called independent living facilities. And lucky for me, she was so smart. She said, Derrick, you should trademark it in terms of how we do it, how we coach it, and how we change this thing from it not being a group home or an ALF.
Right.
Thank God for a great wife. If you on TikTok, come to Forston Consultants on YouTube, Forston. You mean to tell me, Derrick, you just said I can please God, help people, be respected by my community while I'm doing it?
Yeah.
But Derrick, also make enough money to feed my family and the overflow?
A lot of people don't realize, like, I remember initially when I first started with you, I didn't understand. And I think that's where people kind of get that misconception on how you can house people that are less fortunate and still make an income. Sometimes people don't understand what goes on behind it, right? And a lot of times it causes people to be like, oh, well, you're charging the homeless to live. And it's like, no, they're homeless because they're unable to find housing
that's affordable,
their budget. So it's not that we're taking advantage of the homeless population, because if you look at we're literally cheaper than the
raggedest hotel in your city.
Right. The crappiest of crappiest hotels, motels, actually, because we're not even talking about hotels.
Exactly.
We're talking about motels, right? And you're like, that's where the misconception comes from. And people don't realize that if you give they say it all the time, right? We see it often. We drive past all of these lavish complexes that they're building. Like they're building a huge apartment complex down the street from
right
us.
now.
And people say, and we will be like, well, where do people
They can't afford it.
Where are the people coming from? But Derrick always says this thing, build it and they will come. And we see that a lot, Derrick, in this space. If you provide the affordable housing, even though you may not be building it, but build the business and watch them come. Watch the people that need your services fluctuate to your business because they need what you provide. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people have to get used to in this space, because initially it was a discomfort for me because I did not understand that, one, homeless people have an income. And two, you think that people are just homeless because of bad decision making or, being lazy, not working, blah, 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 blah. But there's a lot of different things that cause them to be in the situations that they're in. And one of them is the lack of or shortage of affordable housing.
Let's take a quick commercial break and we coming right back. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. But just in case you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them, everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property. We put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word PURPOSE to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
All right, guys, we are back.
All right, we are back, just like Shay said, and we're getting ready to start jumping into some of the coaching of. One more time, guys, I'm getting ready to jump into some of the mistakes. I'm going to pick out about 5 mistakes that people are making when they're trying to get their first rental property to do this business. So one more time, if you just joined us, this is not how we're going to do this right here on stage. We're not going to do it on rats and roaches. We're not going to have beds on the ground. And if you just joined our YouTube channel, this is what I'm showing you guys, what I saw. When I was trying to get into this, when people refused to teach it to me, I went and just looked for myself because I was the social worker, guys. I knew the addresses. So instead of trying to wonder what the inside of these places look like because nobody won't teach it to me, guys, I went and saw for myself. 8 years ago, I took a Saturday just like today around 11 a.m. Picture 30 more minutes from now, 8 years ago. And this is all the things that I saw. And because I knew one day I was going to talk about it and I knew y'all weren't going to believe me, I took pictures of it. So I took pictures of it. I said, the day I begin to tell this story, I'm going to run into people like the Miles family. I'm going to run into Big Dog, the GOAT, Rhonda Jackson, Sandra Washington, Miss Val, Katara, Mr. Ronald and Kathy. I knew people weren't going to believe me, so I took pictures of it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm done with this, but this is what, again, for the newer people that just came on, this is what I saw. And I saw this lady, y'all, making 41 grand a month doing it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't rocket science for me to say, wow, Derrick, you made 28 grand a year. And this girl is living your dream, Derrick, but doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, 100%.
Valerie, I said to myself, if I don't get in this, I'm doing myself a disservice, my family, and I ain't doing God no favors. Because in the Bible, it says, not Derrick, that the poor and needy will always be among us.
Oh, yeah.
The Bible says also that when we do unto the least of thee, the marginalized, the displaced, God says, it's like you're doing it unto me. So what you see on screen now is the right way of how to do this.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the only thing that's brand new in this picture, y'all, is the sheets, the pillow, the comforter, those towels, and that. Everything else was gently used from donations. That headboard, those bins, even the toiletries that you see that we give them to start out with, soap, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, razors. Because she's nonprofit, she gives all of these donations that also benefit me. So if you're taking notes, this is where you want to write your, take your pen and paper out. Here are one of the top 5 things that you all are making mistakes on when you're trying to present this thing and trying to rent a property from a landlord. Yeah. And only reason why I know this too, y'all, because I take a bunch of strategy calls every week. And a lot of these people are new to this. They just trying to discover it. And guess what they told me that they told the landlord? Over 8 people this week led out with, I want to rent your house.
Duh, that's the whole purpose that is up for rent.
Shay, that's not even the conversation, though.
My thing is, it's up for rent. But how do you start off with, I want to rent your house?
Exactly my point, Shay. Shay, language is a...
locator.
Language is a...
Come on, Derrick, a locator. Like, you just sound real crazy.
And I told you guys, a lot of what we teach is in our verbiage. So my point is that the landlord don't care nothing about your dreams. He don't care nothing about you wanting to do this your whole life. Save that story for your family and me. Don't approach them in terms of, I want to rent your house. They want to know about where is the income coming from and the safety of their property. Even I, as a landlord that rent properties to mom, dad, and kids and all of that, I don't care about their story. I want to know how or what is their ability to pay the rent and how are they keeping my place safe?
Right. And they ain't tearing it up.
So, Shay, I'll use terms like I have a housing program.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the starting things. And now I can say things like, and we would love to rent or lease your property.
Yeah.
I'm also, Shay, going to let them hear things that make me sound like a no-brainer, such as I have a general liability policy, which keeps me safe and your property, sir or ma'am.
And Derrick, can I say something about that too? It's not just saying it. It's being able to provide that as well.
Love it.
When the time comes, because what you don't realize is a lot of people will take this information and go out and try it, but they don't have the liability policy. When they ask for it,
what do you do?
Like starting to stutter, right? Like Yosemite Sam, that was his name. Yosemite Sam.
That can be his name today.
Well, anyway, that's exactly what you can't do that. Right. You have to have these things to back it up, because some of these, well, I'm going to say most of these landlords will ask for proof. Right. So make sure that you have these things available for them. So go ahead, Dee.
And again, to me, that general liability policy, guys, is what's going to calm them down. And like Shay said, we're not just saying it, we're actually going to do it. Right. So that brings up another question. Well, Derrick, when do I get my policy? Immediately. Soon as you think you're going to do this and you get that LLC and you become a business, somebody can sue you the next day. So I want you to have a general liability policy now, and don't be dummy Derrick, who one of my biggest mistakes when I got into this was I didn't get insurance. That led to a $40,000 lawsuit and me being on the Channel 8 News. The devil is a liar. So I don't want that to happen to you all. So that's the first mistake, is the language and also how you approach them. You want to also build this thing to where it makes you look like a no-brainer. Okay, moving on.
But there, you said something in this too, in your notes, and you said landlords don't care about your dream. They care about steady rent and their property being safe. You are being an asset to the landlord's asset. So just make sure that you are promoting yourself from a position of being a value add, right? And not someone that's taking away value. Add value to what they already have. And that's going to be in your language. So go ahead, Derrick. Sorry.
Love that. The second one is kind of that along that same lines, right? You're not speaking their language. Mm-hmm. So some of the stuff that we speak here on YouTube, that's not for you to go and say it to them like that. They don't know what a client is. I worked at a hospital for many years, y'all, that didn't allow us to call our people patients. So we had to call them clients. So I just naturally translated that over to what we do, and a lot of y'all do. But when we're talking to the landlord, again, that's going to be different. Also, when I'm having a conversation with the case manager and or social worker, that sounds different from me having a conversation with the landlord. I can use the word like drug addiction. Yeah. I can use the word like homelessness to the social worker and the case manager, because they get it. They understand it. I am not using those words with the guy I'm trying to rent the house from. First of all, it's none of his business the kind of population I'm serving according to HIPAA. Because once we agree that I'm going to rent this place, I hate to say it, but sir or ma'am, ain't none of your business what I'm doing in here. Because we got a way to explain it and talk to you and tell you all how to say it. But just on the ground level, without me having to go super crazily deep one more time, The guy you trying to rent the house from, he don't want to hear the words that you housing homeless people, drug addicted people, displaced people.
Because think of the misunderstanding.
They don't get it.
Of homelessness, right? I told you my whole misunderstanding. I did not realize that it was just someone that couldn't afford the average rent, right? And think about that. If a landlord really doesn't fully understand or is unaware of what homeless population you're going to be serving, you're doing yourself a disservice, right? Don't do that.
Good stuff. And Shay, chime in here, right? No proof or credibility.
Yeah.
How can you go to and ask somebody to rent or lease their house? And then a lot of times today, guys, unlike 30 years ago or 20 years ago, people now go to your Facebook, your Instagram, and your TikTok to kind of judge you.
Yep.
That was not like that 20 years ago. Today, people will go to social media to find out who you are.
Yeah.
And if you follow my coaching and you do social media every day, all day, every time, 7 days a week, when that guy goes to research you now, and you talking about you do all of this stuff of the verbiage that we teach all of you, do house the homeless, the displaced, military veterans, you now become an easier choice.
Yeah.
You become a no-brainer. But if they go to your social media and all they say is you traveling the world, he don't believe you actually do this.
Housing what? Derrick, we need to take a quick commercial break.
Let's do that. So let's take a quick break. We're gonna be right back. If you're on TikTok,
setup, so I don't know what I'm getting.
If you're on TikTok, come to YouTube, the Forston Consultants, because we're gonna pause TikTok, become the Forston Consultants.
Take a drive down Los Angeles' Skid Row, filled with tents, people, and growing frustration.
If I can get back into another residence, then I won't make the same mistakes I made before.
According to new federal data, a record number of people are now unhoused, more than 653,000, a 12% population increase since last year. Mel Tilakaratna runs a nonprofit that provides free showers to people living on the street.
The system is completely overwhelmed.
Tilakaratna points to a rise in housing costs, the opioid epidemic, mental health issues, and the migrant crisis as factors exacerbating the problem in LA.
We have families, asylum seekers to families in LA who become homeless, and prior where we would be able to send them to a motel or a shelter within a couple of days, now there's absolutely no resources.
These issues are also creating friction in major cities. Back in September, New York Mayor Eric Adams revealed new fears as tens of thousands of asylum seekers flooded the city.
I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
In Phoenix, the city recently cleared a large encampment located downtown.
It seems that the quote-unquote cleanup that the city did just spread the mess out a lot further. People going through everyone's dumpsters, dragging stuff out into the streets.
Across LA, officials have tried to clear out encampments.
They come hit tents and then all your stuff will be gone.
This year, Los Angeles County declared a state of emergency. Since then, officials say they have provided health services, counseling, substance abuse treatment, and found temporary housing for more than 15,000 people and permanent housing for more than 8,000. But even those resources are not enough for frustrated business owners like this woman who doesn't want to be identified.
We'll feed them. We offer food, but if they don't want it, what can we do? It's very frustrating. They'll throw things at you and they'll grab you.
A growing national problem that could take decades to fix. Dana Griffin, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and
thank y'all again so much for joining me here live on our YouTube channel. My name is Derrick Forston, and we literally teach people how to take a regular residential property and take folks from homeless to hopeful. And you don't have to buy the property. You can rent it or lease it. And there's no license because the people that we're serving are completely independent. And then I'm going to go right back into, again, we're discussing the top 5 mistakes that people are making. Another thing that I'm having people that are literally telling me on these discovery calls is that they're just going in regular clothing. I go real deep in terms of telling you guys even how to dress. So I would recommend going branded. Like today, I got on a polo shirt that says Second Chance Housing with my logo. And guys, because a lot of people are going to already stereotype you as soon as you walk in the door or in front of their face, I want them judging me by what they see on my shirt. Either when you go and speak to a landlord, don't wear your favorite pink blouse. Don't wear that light yellow blouse that you love to wear. Or if you do, make sure it's got your branding, your logo of who you are and what you represent. Because quite frankly, I'm going to say this one more time. A lot of people are going to stereotype you. And I want them already looking at my shirt because that's going to tell them psychologically, oh, that's what Mr. Eddie does. Eddie's got on a shirt that says James Solutions or Ames Solutions. This is what he does. Oh, okay, cool. But if you just go with your football jersey on or your favorite whatever shirt from the 3rd grade, like that ain't going to work. So we believe in always being a walking billboard. You guys should be always a walking billboard because it gives credibility. And then one more thing that goes under that same point about no proof and no credibility. Some of you guys are doing this with just in your name and you haven't started a business. So under my coaching, I don't care what you want to do, whether that's fried chicken and sell it, you want to sell chocolate chip cookies, you want to run a daycare. You need a business. So step number 1 for everybody is to turn yourself into a business. Dummy me in the beginning, as we say, trying to get it out of the mud, trying to hustle and get it. Guys, I ran into a $40,000 lawsuit because I didn't have an LLC. Dummy me, because I was just trying to get it, as we say. So guys, don't make the same mistakes that I did. I wrote a book, guys, called The 12 Dumbest Mistakes I Ever Made. Guys, that book is $27. And if you only read the dadgum table of contents and didn't even read the book, it'll save you thousands of dollars and keep you out of the courtroom. It's called How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco, the 12 dumbest mistakes I've ever made in this business. And one of those mistakes was not having a general liability policy and a business. I just started this. I had the right heart, the right mindset, kind of, sort of. I had the will to do it, but I wasn't structured properly. So I don't want that to happen to you all. So that thing that people mess up, no proof, no credibility, no social media, no polo shirt, no LLC, no nonprofit. Guys, that's how we're going to get people to trust us. Point number 4. Landlords worry about property to their damage, late rent, and problem tenants. What can we say to assure them and address all of their fears that, again, makes you a no-brainer? When I first started, and I'm going to give y'all my spiel, I was told no so much that I say, God, man, you showed me a girl making 41 grand a month doing this. And God, I'm trying to feed my family, barely making 28 grand a year. But God, every time I ask somebody, they're afraid of me. And they say no before I even finish talking about it. And it's as clear as day. God was like, Derrick, I'm not going to tell you verbatim of what to say, Derrick, but listen to what their fears are. Everybody was concerned about how I'm going to get paid. What happens if it gets damaged? So God gave me the rebuttals of what to say. So when people talked about, well, Derrick, how am I get paid and how you know that this? Well, sir, the money that we receive is actually guaranteed through SSI and SSDI. That's a government stipend that our residents receive every month without fail. Our residents don't particularly have to get up every morning and go and get a job and work. They get a guaranteed stipend that comes to me and my program. Kayla, does that make sense? I don't want this guy thinking that I got a bunch of people coming from a hospital that don't work and can't pay the rent. So I make it sound like, which is true, I serve people that receive a government stipend. Y'all should be writing this down. And all of that rent comes to me and my program, which now the rent comes from me to you, sir. Can 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derrick, that makes sense? Everything that they're concerned about, I got an answer for with Derrick. What if somebody punch a hole in the wall? What if they break my dining room table? Sir, looking for you, we have a general liability policy. And we also carry a policy through American Home Shield that if the AC, hot water heater, your dryer, your washing machine, your sink get clogged up, we got a maintenance team that'll take care of that. So see how everything that they're already worried about, I got a rebuttal for. And I'm going real deep with you guys today. Y'all better really appreciate this because this is a lot of my one-on-one coaching. How do we convince the landlord that you are an absolute no-brainer? Our money is guaranteed on time, all the time, and sometimes early because that's how we get it. Remember, through SSI and SSDI. Oh, I hope this makes a lot of sense. The property damage, guys, watch me be real honest. I can't fix a thing. My dad didn't bless me with handy hands. God made me a thought leader. I could come up with 1,000 ideas in a minute, but I can't put half of them together. So we leverage other people's skill set to get the job done. Like for us, American Home Shield. Guys, I can't fix a toilet. I can't fix electricity. I can't fix the AC in the middle of August. I don't care where you live at. Right now, it's hot outside. What happens if the AC goes out and you got a slumlord as a landlord that won't fix it? That looks bad on your program because guess what your tenant's going to say? They're going to blame it on you. And we can do that. So I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. I'm going to give it back to Shay, and we're going to begin to close you guys down. Thank y'all so much. And I'll have my team take a screenshot of these because I'm sure we missed 15 questions. But also, if you go to church, if you believe in God, talk to God tomorrow at your place of worship like he's never known that you will want to do this. And say, God, I ran into that guy Derrick yesterday. And God, I want to do that because I believe you involved in it and they got the sauce. God, if it be your will, and I know it is because you said to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. God, I want to be involved in that. And if Derrick is to be my coach and Shay is to be my big sister, God, make the way easy. In fact, God, make me rich and add no sorrow. And God, allow my community to lean on me to be the answer to affordable housing. And God, be ever so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Still that prayer if you're smart. Shay, bless the people real quick and we're going to get out of here.
Y'all have a blessed day. I'm sorry. I'm texting my maintenance guy and two of my residents.
When you're on the aisle left, we have maintenance themes.
Yeah, so my maintenance guy is actually texting me, and two of my residents are texting asking me about the issue that the maintenance guy is on his way to go fix. So I'm sorry. Y'all have a blessed week. Have a blessed holiday. Be safe. And remember that God has definitely placed us here, and you've encountered this live because of your heart to serve God's people. And we would love for you to be a part of our family. And if it's not through coaching and it's just being here and joining us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, we look forward to seeing you. So again, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for those of y'all on TikTok. On YouTube. For those of you on TikTok, follow. Don't just like, follow Derrick Forston, follow Angela Denise Foundation, and connect with us, right? Share your story, share your experience. For those of you that take this information from these live sessions and go out there and do something fantastic, let us know. We want to hear your success stories,
Absolutely.
Right? We love to celebrate you all as you get out there and do something amazing and impactful in your community. So again, have a blessed holiday weekend. I am Shay Forston, and I am signing out.
Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us.